Welcome, and this almost last movie of this year. It's about calculations in series and parallel. What do I have? To the right, I have all the formulas. If we have one thing, this is one resistor, one light bulb, or one battery. Then we have the Ohm's law, and we have the power formula. And then we also have, if it's in series, we have the formula for the current, for the voltage and for the resistance. And then if it's parallel, we have a formula for the current and the voltage as well. These are things you simply need to know by heart. And over here, just as well, the four symbols and units. And then what steps we do, how do we calculate such a huge thing? So we go 1, 2, 3, and 3 you do lots of times. I'm just going to show you. First, make groups. The groups, and that's where we use highlighters, they basically have not only highlights or the pencil, they basically go 1, 2, and the source. 1, so it's one group, group 2 is one group, and group source is one group as well. And then we have a group in yellow. I want yellow. I have a group for the current. Highlight that one. That is this formula. We have a group for the voltage, which would be that formula over there. And then last but not least, have a group for the resistance. So we have, if it's in series, we have 6 groups. And this is step 1. Step 2, we need to copy all the known values. So we have 75 over here, 75, and 5 is the V is the voltage, and this over here belongs to the source. This the battery is the source, so this one is 75 volts. We always need to write down the units. And then over here, we can see R1 and R2. So this is called 1 and this is called 2. And with R1, and over here we can see 12.5 V. V is voltage, so a U. So then, and it's next to 1, so U1 is 12.5 volts. And we have 10 ohms. Well, omega is ohms, belongs to resistance, is R, and is also next to 1, so R1 is 10 ohms. After that, we need to puzzle. In each group, if we know 3, then we can calculate a third. There's one exception to the rule, that's the current. Then it's the same, we simply copy. Well, how do we do? Well, oh hey, I have in this group with the ones, I have 2, so I can calculate a third. So I can calculate the current. So I have this formula over here with R, U, and I, and I want to calculate the I. So I need to rewrite that formula. You might use the rules Mystique learned. You could also use 3 is 6 divided by 3 or 6 over 3. And we want to calculate the third 3, and that is 3 is 6 over 2. And then the current is equal to the 6 was the U, so the U, 2 was the R, so it's 2 over R, so U over R. And we are doing everything with group 1, so I'm adding 1 as subscripts. That's the formula, and then we need to fill it in. Well, we have 12.5, and we have 10. 12.5 divided by 10 is, of course, 1.25. And then the units, it's I is in amps, is a capital A. And then we do the same over here. Current is the same because the rule is with the current that the current is always the same. So I2 is I1 is 1.25 A. I source is I1 is 1.25 A. Well, then we continue another group. Hey, this one is easy. Voltage. Voltage, I have 1, 2 with voltage, and I can calculate the third. And the total voltages are both added up, so that means that U2 is the total minus the first voltage, and that is then 75 minus 12.5. If you don't know, then you could simply use 3, 1, and 2 because um, 3 is 2 plus 1. And you can calculate with adding and subtraction 3 and 2 and 1. If we have that, then we have 62.5 volts, of course, because a voltage is in volts to capital V. Okay. Oh, now I got another number over here. Now I have over here R. Yeah, in group 2 I have 2 and I can calculate a third. So R is U over I, and I add the 2 over here. So then the U is 62.5, the I is 1.25, and if you do that you get 50. Well, what is units? It's R is resistance, is ohms, is in omega. And then last but not least, the total currents. That is the green group. You simply add, so total is the first plus the second, and that is 10 plus 50 is 60 ohms. Hey, this is how you do it. Take care with studying. Bye.